So making this video has probably been now a couple months in the making, where one of my friends and who actually began as a client and now he lives down the street from where I grew up in New Jersey. Joel Gotire is one of the owners of a company called Lifepro Fitness, and he sent over a couple of the massage therapy guns that his company is making. I'd like to definitely say that I am not being compensated in any way other than Joel sending a few products over. Joel wanted me to use them, and he did solicit me to, provided that I felt good about the product, to work out some kind of business arrangement, and we have yet to do so. I'm not saying we won't, but we haven't done it yet, and I'd like to talk a little bit about why, because one of the things I told Joel was I have nothing against these massage therapy guns, but because they're actually so easy to use, number one. Number two, I am not aware, I don't know that what exists, but I'm not aware that all of the different brands have anything to really differentiate themselves from each other, which can be a good thing in some way, where in a rising tide many ships will sail, where if there's good information and a lot of good things coming about from one brand, people will probably buy a whole bunch of other brands also. But a little bit of history, what I told Joel, what I was seeing was because they're so easy to use and they're so accessible, that we were seeing non-healthcare providers use these devices in ways that were really, very, very ill-advised. I could even go back to teaching a seminar. It was an FMS level 1 in South Florida a few years ago, where the organizer of the event, who was the head trainer at that facility, was describing some wacky things that were going on there in terms of the trainers using these guns. Now, he wasn't in a position yet to really create an environment where he had both responsibility and authority. So there was a couple trainers that were using these guns and other types of good therapies in the hands of people that were completely undertrained. And in that seminar, he asked me to discuss, maybe why this may not be such a great idea. And I don't know, and actually I don't think it did work, because it's just not that type of gym. It was a little bit of a jungle. It didn't really matter what was a good idea or legal or not legal. And I don't know where the law actually sits if you're not putting your hands on somebody, but you're holding something that touches the person. And I gave some examples of what happens if the gun breaks down while you're using it. Are you then prepared to accept liability as a non-healthcare provider? What happens if you use the gun in whatever your best practice is and it makes it worse? And a lot of the times when we talk about healthcare providers versus non-healthcare providers, one of the things that we talk about is I may try and do something as a physical therapist and it goes horribly wrong. I might tend to think that I know what to do next to try to cover up what happened that was unexpected and undesirable. Where the non-healthcare provider that learned the exact same technique that maybe I was practicing in a seminar that took 2 or 3 days, and all of a sudden in that seminar they're not so keen at telling you what to do when it doesn't go right. And they certainly don't share very much that, hey, this may not work all the time. That's where I saw these massage therapy guns really fitting in, and I really, not only I told Joel, but over the last little while, I've kind of stayed away from it. But Joel sent them to me. The honest truth is that people like these things, and they feel good, and I feel good when I use it, and I feel good when people use it on me. So there's nothing negative about the device itself. I might have some concerns on who's using it, but that in itself really, I felt, should not limit me from being able to say some good things about Lifepro Fitness. I do think there's some ideas of where both healthcare and non-healthcare providers can come together with an educational model on how to use something like these massage therapy guns, because they're not going away. And I'm not sure if we're going to get to that or not, but it's something that's in my head a little bit, and I have some ideas that we may be able to do. But while, unfortunately, I cannot find a differentiation from the different models that I've seen. What I can tell you is that this company is some quality individuals that have directly supported me outside of just sending a couple products over. The guns, like they charge, got different shapes in terms of how you hold them. They keep the charge. There's a heated one, which is interesting. They have the different attachments. I don't find that they're excessive or low. I think they're priced around where everyone else is, and I haven't gotten any complaints yet on any referrals. But again, I'm not referring people because I think their device is better. I'm referring because the things that I know about the people in the background are very, very quality people that have supported me, and that's why I want to support them. So it's almost like a little bit of a political abstain from commenting on really who should use it, how they should use it, etc. I know people like using them. I know they feel really good, and I think that Lifepro Fitness is going to be the model that we talk about here. So here we go, Lifepro Fitness. Hopefully you'll check it out.